This is when everything stops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is when everything stops. Stop, stop, stop. This is when everything stops. Da 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 da. This is when. Why do I smoke when I'm alone? Why don't I answer my phone? Why am I always alone? Why is no one ever home? Why do I see more than what's shown to me? Why do I feel stronger than I should be? Silence of life and battle ends. I'll stop asking all these questions. This is when everything stops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is when everything da 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 da. This is when everything stops. This is when. Why did I give you control? I was free, now they're remote. It's in your hands, don't take it badly. I can feel everything changing. I feel it in your voice when you talk to me. See it in your walk when you come to me. No matter how long my story may be at its best, after it all, I'm what's left. This is when everything stops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is when. Love me as much as I love, yeah. Love me as much as I love Cuddy. Love me like you love brand new money. Pick it when you can still get it from me. Don't wait too long, this time I might slide. The good ones go when you take your time. Don't think too much, let it cloud your mind. We all say it's all love. This is when everything stops. This is when.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Dennis, and I have my co-host Tatanisha here. Welcome to the shop, and today's topic is about relationships. Well, actually, a thin line between love and hate. What's up, Tatanisha?
Hey there.
What's going on? So we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot to talk about.
So now, go ahead first. I'm gonna let ladies go first because I went first last time. Hey,
I think
Danielle.
somebody just tried to call me. I gotta go out and come back in because it lowered the value.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up, Danielle? Hey, Ange. Let me see. I'm gonna try something different today. So I'm gonna go live on Instagram as well. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Mm. Winston, what's going on? Hold on, somebody already raising their hand to speak. Joseph. Hold on 1 second, Joseph. Hold up.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. I know Joseph already ready. Look at he already
Oh
commented.
my God, he is in already.
Yeah, he already. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you start. I want to hear from the woman's perspective. I want to give you the I'm gonna try something different today too. I'm gonna go live as well. But
Okay, perfect.
let's see what you got for the men, because I'll speak for the men today too.
So, my first question, which a lot of people may not know what it is, which I'm learning. Maybe it's a little bit before some people time, but I wanted to know, do you think that chivalry is dead?
Do I think chivalry is dead?
Yes.
No,
Elaborate.
I don't think chivalry is dead.
She said no.
But for everybody
And
that's on my Instagram, if y'all want to be actually on the actual show, click that link in my bio to register. But nah, I don't think chivalry is dead.
okay.
Why do you feel chivalry is dead?
I I'm kind of borderline because a lot of people like there's no there's no open stage. Everybody just jumps right to it. And then once it's not, wait, I'm trying to set my phone up. I'm so sorry. Because I
To
don't know what
everybody
happened.
jump right to it.
Yeah,
What
hold
you
on.
what you
No, they don't.
what you
What?
mean everybody jump right to it? As far as men,
What? Yeah, there's not.
men wouldn't jump right to it if women didn't let us jump right to it.
No, that part. You didn't want that. I'm trying to. My phone is about to fall. I'm so sorry.
Nah,
I'm
you
not.
good.
Okay. I'm trying here.
Chivalry. What as far as the men out there, what you think about chivalry?
Honestly, don't think that a lot of them know what it is.
I mean, I think it's when it comes down to men are gonna only do what women allow them to do,
Facts.
and vice versa. So, what else you got for me? Because that did that answer your question? I think for
Yeah.
anybody that's actually tuned in, matter of fact, Nice is up here on my IG live. Nice, click on the link on my bio, and you can actually join into the actual show. All right.
Do you consider? She said, Rob, what's it? Robbie's said it's not dead. Do you consider it too with men still opening doors and walking on the outside of women? A lot of men, to be honest with you, Ange, I like even when I was walking down the street, like my friend
Mhm.
always be like, go on the other side, but he's always jumping to the protective move, right?
Mhm.
But then I was walking down the street with one of my good friends that's like he's almost like a brother. He never says get on the inside. I gotta tell him to switch sides with me.
I
So
think
I it's a lot of guys that's like that now that's like a little bit younger that don't recognize the fact that the woman should be walking on the inside. I
I
don't think
think
that everybody's taught that.
I was gonna say I think the woman should walk on the inside, but I think
Mm,
that comes when you're taught that. Like if you've never been taught that, then how can you expect somebody to do that? You know,
right. I get people that ask me like just in jokingly, and these aren't like my friend that I was talking about today. He's like, "Why? What you want me to get hit by the car first?" No, that's not. That's not it. That's it's just the respect. The woman should always be on the protective side. You should have her on the inside. Right.
I agree. If you are registered, go back on that link that you registered for and just click on the link. It should bring you into that room. So so that's the question that you got. Can I mean that's what you holding up for the women?
Is that what I'm holding up for the women?
Yeah, is
No, bro.
that
Go ahead. I got something for
because
you. Go ahead.
I got some questions for you.
Go
So
ahead. Do
I
what you
got
do.
I got a question. How is it that
Hold
when
on. Hold on. Hold on. Vaughn said, "I was never taught." Might sound crazy, but I learned from a movie a long time ago. It actually doesn't sound crazy because a lot of people learn a lot of things from television.
I feel that women need to be more outspoken of what is expected. Yeah, I agree with that.
Right, right, right.
I do think that. Oh, can I get to my question now?
Go ahead, sir.
I want to
Oh, I'm
ask this
feeling
question.
I'm feeling good today. I got
I'm,
time.
I'm feeling good today too. I want to ask this question. So, and Ange had mentioned this. Why is it that when a black man gets with a white woman
Oh
or a
Lord.
minority man gets with a white woman, that the black woman has such a problem with it. But if it was in vice versa, then it's not a problem. Like a Robert De Niro, a white man with a black woman. That's cool.
Who is it not a problem for?
Black women always be having problems when the black men date white women or
So you
outside
don't
their
think
race.
that, but you don't think that black men have a problem with black women dating white men?
I think it's vice versa, but I think it's more so with black women.
I disagree.
Can
I don't know.
anybody
What
in
did
the
Ann
chat?
say? What did Ann say? Ann, what did you say?
Can anybody in the chat back me up, the brothers?
Like bring a Robert because he
Hold
desperately
on,
trying
he
to get
said
him.
he
I'm
got
bringing
to
him up
speak.
right now. I got him. I
Yes,
got him. I
please,
got him.
please. Cause it's always like that. It's black women always hate when black men go to the opposite.
I nah.
Hold
Did he
on,
get on?
Ange want to talk to. It's a few people. Joseph up here. Let me see if I
Where
can bring
Joe?
him.
Bring Joe on because Joe is he loses he already got something. You know he was ready for today.
Mixed couples catch hell on both sides. Thank you, Winston.
Yeah. Okay. Hey Winston. Did you
If
get
I
him?
if I was to go date a white woman, I would catch slack for that.
You don't. I've and if I was to date a white man, I get looked at all kinds of ways. I get the shit talk behind. You know the whole thing. I got to go through the whole thing. There. Oh my
Here
god.
go Joseph. Thank you, Joseph.
Oh my
Joseph,
god.
hit the microphone and hit the camera
Hit
because
the
we want
camera,
to hear
Joe.
what you got to say. I can hear you, but we can't see you. You gotta hit the mic. Hit the if you want to be seen, hit the camera button. It's a little small icon on the side.
Talking
Star
to me?
says, yeah. What you think about this particular topic? If a black man dates a white woman, it's a problem.
Can you hear me?
Joe,
Yeah, I
we
can hear
had
you.
this. We had
Okay.
somewhat of this conversation, so I'm ready, Joe.
All right. So yeah, I believe that it's a psychological thing first and foremost, man. Because I don't think that if you love somebody, I don't believe that you should be upset at a person's choices. You know, we
Yeah.
have this thing right, huh? Oh, we have
No,
this thing right now where what doesn't make sense.
no, I agree with you. I'm listening to you.
You know, and the thing is about black men and white women, the main reason why, and a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but the main reason why black men date white women is because most of us agree that black women are too confrontational and too aggressive.
Son, I knew he was about to do
Thank
this,
you.
Joe.
Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. I agree with you on that.
Trust me. You have NBA players, NFL players, you have celebrities, and you have average Joes who work regular jobs that say the same thing. So 60% of men can't be wrong. I'm just saying.
Hold on.
Oh, what happened?
Ro Bryce, I'm trying to bring you up. You got to click back into the actual. Click on the link again so I can bring you up to talk. Go ahead. I'm listening to y'all. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, and you know it's a funny thing too because a lot like I listen to a lot of Tariq Nasheed and
Thank
Tommy
you, Winston.
Tommy Sotomayor, and they always speak about issues like this, you know. And sometimes it's not everybody's cup of tea, but they do make some valid points. And one of the points about white women, black women dating white men, is the fact that they're very, I could say they're very demure and they're very subdued. You know, when they date white men as opposed to dating black men. Black men become all types of bitch ass niggas. I'm sorry, can I curse?
Yeah, you can
You can
curse.
curse. I don't know why you do bitch ass nigga shit to
Yeah,
get called the bitch ass nigga.
You know, they say some stuff, but they'll say little off kilter comments about our parents, our mothers, particularly, like, you know. And what we don't like as far as black men is, you know, we want the right to actually be men in the relationship too. We don't want to be challenged by our woman. We want to be challenged to be better men in the relationship, but we don't want to be challenged as a way to be antagonized, so to speak, and be disrespected. And I think a lot of black men have that problem with dealing with black women. I work at the Trip Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
trust me, 90% of my problems in that hotel come from dealing with black women. And I'm just going to be 100% real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we tell them not to smoke in the hotel, they question us. You know what I'm saying? We tell them that they can't do certain things, they want to fight. They calling us. They say, one girl in particular said, I have mommy issues.
Preacher.
Yeah, it said I have mommy issues because I'm laying down the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 4 o'clock.
But Joe, from the conversation that you and I had, you definitely have mommy issues, my guy.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, well, that was a personal conversation. Just put me
okay.
You gonna put the man business out there like that?
I'm not putting his business out there. He was in the background. Oh my God, you have issues, and we've already established the fact that you do not like black women. So anything you say that can be negative against black women, you have said it. You will say. I'm probably the only black woman that you don't say anything negative to. You might do it behind my back.
Because you don't know how many black women I met in my life. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But you don't like them. You said it. I asked you the question, do you like black women? You said no.
All right, so I got a question. So how many black women compared to other races have you dealt with, and who have you had the least issues with?
The least issues with?
No, answer the first question, my love. Answer the first question.
Most of my life, I dated with particularly black women. I was raised by my grandmother. I was raised by my aunts. Like, I'm from a female-dominated family, so to speak. You know, like, in my teenage years, I was raised by my dad. But my dad was also a product of a single mother. You know, so my grandfather wasn't in my dad's life. So he was kind of flawed when it came to, like, you know, having that strong male presence. He let women run over.
I got somebody coming up live on the Instagram live because they couldn't get in.
Okay.
Yeah. We gonna have to go on live with you because you want to say something. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So, and I missed out on what y'all was saying, but from the stuff that I did hear from the guy, whoever the guy is,
Joe. That's Joe.
Joe. I feel like it goes back to your statement. You say you only get what you allow. If you allow these women or any type of women to disrespect you or come at you, that's on you. You have the opportunity to walk away from it. It's a lot of women or a certain kind of women, a certain kind of woman, but you choosing who you want. And if you don't want them, keep it going. But don't make it like that's the majority. If you're also saying that, if we hear it so much, that means we hear niggas ain't shit all the time. So that must not be true. But I'm not gonna do that because I know it's good men in the world, you know.
Let me ask you a question. Let me retort that with a question then. So women always say that men ain't shit. So in the same token, if you're speaking about that, by that logic, then you could say that women ain't shit either. By that logic that you just used.
Yeah, because you got some ain't shit women.
I use a statistic.
Yeah,
I'm just saying statistics.
She said statistically. Yeah.
So it's like, you just gotta.
Who's more crazy? Who's more crazy, men and women? Tatanisha had people shooting at her.
It's good man or woman you with. I don't feel like it's just like who's crazier. A man cannot be crazy if the woman's rival crazy. Now they both crazy because she was already crazy from the go.
What's the deal breaker in any relationship?
Me personally,
both of y'all.
Unfaithfulness.
But what would you consider unfaithful? Because everybody has a different perception of being unfaithful.
And that I would ask that man, before I get into the relationship, what is your idea of unfaithful? One man might be, unfaithfulness is just flirting. I mean, it's not flirting, but in my head, it might be flirting. The next man might be like, it's actually going full course with a female or a dude or something. So it depends on who the person is with. So as long as y'all communicate before y'all get in a relationship, you'll know from there.
Joe, what you think? That's what.
Well, it will be a mistake to think that you know everybody within the first 6 months, because that's generally the first 6 months is, when it's kind of like the filling out period. So for me, I believe that it's me personally, it's indecisiveness and liars. I can't stand liars. My grandma always said a liar is more dangerous than a thief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right about that.
No one should have the power to make you feel like less of a man, regardless of what is said to them. If someone has the power to make you feel less of a man, they have all the power to control you.
That's not true.
I disagree with that too.
I disagree with that too, because here's the thing: women in this and by nature, women are the gatekeepers for romance and sex. We basically have to do court y'all in order to get y'all on our team, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, sometimes we have to reduce our pride, and sometimes we have to reduce what some of our values in order to get with you and stuff like that. We damn they gotta become other people. You know what I'm saying? We can't even be ourselves, especially in this generation, because women have these high expectations of men. Y'all want to be providers and protectors, and then on top of that, y'all want to be strong and independent. How does that work? You know what I'm saying?
How that work, Tanisha?
Well, we already had this conversation,
I'm just saying.
I can't speak for everybody else. Yeah, I am strong. I don't want to be. I am strong and independent. But absolutely. in a relationship, I step back. I know how to be, to step back and allow the man to be a man. There's no need for me to do that when I'm by myself.
But you have that game because you're older. I'm talking about like the generation that's behind us.
He threw the older word up in there.
There he did, and he said it with emphasis. Older.
I mean, I think that
sounds crazy.
it's a double-edged sword. That's just like when you ask somebody, when you think about when I think about it as a whole. I look back and I say that sometimes a woman could be so independent that she doesn't know how to let a man be a man.
Right. It becomes a turnoff.
It's a turnoff. So then how do you?
Because black women, black women use this as they calling card, and I'm not casting aspersions on all black women, so y'all can stop right there.
No, that's what you said, though.
I'm just saying, but most black women, I hear a lot of this coming from particularly black women, strong and independent. You know what I'm saying? Like we call our cars beautiful, and we call our women strong. Man, we're the only culture that does that. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear Asian women talking about strong and independent. You don't hear white women talking about that. It's particularly black women, and they do that to challenge black men, I believe. In my opinion, I think they do that to challenge black men. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what is a real man? Like, I always hear statements like that. Oh, where's the real men at? What am I, Pinocchio? I am a real man, like for real. Like, what's up with all this real man stuff? Like, I hear that particularly from this generation of women. And they do that in a way to antagonize and kind of like and feminize the man, in my opinion.
So Ejante says, we are black. We have issues. As kings and queens, we naturally come with generational curses and baggage. You're not okay with issues stem from trauma. That's the thing. So you're looking outside of yourself for people who don't look like you because they are less likely to have traumatic baggage.
Exactly.
I agree. I gotta disagree with you on that one, Joe. But I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But I think that it does come. It's a generational thing. I do believe that. I do think that in this day and age with women, I think that women have went through so much stuff compared to us men, and it's not a black, it's not a white thing. It's just an overall thing as women as a whole. I think they went through so much stuff and had to prove themselves so much that I get the point where the independence comes from. So I'm gonna be on the women's side for it, and it's just real. I mean, women go through more stuff than men do. And not saying that we don't go through different things, but I mean, for a woman to have a kid, they do go through more stuff than we do. So I get the independence, but I think that sometimes it comes a point in time where we do want to be the man. You know what I'm saying? That's just like women could be harsh on men too, because if a woman, like we had the last topic, if a woman is more successful than a man, would she date that man or help build him up compared to a man doing that for a woman?
Right.
So Mirza said, strong and independent women don't make you less of a man. I totally agree with that. And so for a man to feel like a man, a woman has to be submissive.
No, that's
Nah,
not what
nah.
that's not what I'm saying at all. You see, the thing is, so when you think of submission subconsciously, the first thing you're doing is, being beneath somebody. It's basically, in my opinion, submissiveness is the right to be teachable, agreeable. You can't. We as men, we're designated to protect women, but there can't be protection without correction.
Bro,
You can't. It gets to the point where sometimes you can't even tell a black woman anything, because the first thing you do is, oh, you're coming for me, or you're talking down to me, or I'm not submissive. And I hear that a lot too. I'm just not talking out the side of my neck. These are things that I experienced and I witnessed. You know what I'm saying? Like how research is done is through the powers of observation.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Joe? And I really and I probably should have asked you this before.
Okay.
Like, do you have anything positive to say about a black woman?
Yeah, I do.
What? I've never heard you say anything positive.
I'll get back to you on that.
Wow.
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 Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, Joe, I
Wow.
I gotta disagree with you. You might get me to lose my show messing with you, Joe.
You need to stop like that.
What?
Dang.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say about that one.
I just wanted to reach. That's what I'm saying, because everything
that
this man says about a black woman is that of negative. This man never says anything positive, because just like he said, he does not like black women. He doesn't. And it stems from a real deep, dark place, but he does not like black women. And there's nothing that you could say to sway it. So that's why I'm asking him to actually put it out. That was a question I probably should have asked you. Like, is there anything positive that you could say about a black woman? But if I asked you, what can you say positive about a white woman? What can you say?
I can't answer that either. That's like asking a slave, hey, what's positive about, there's anything positive about slavery? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ask a slave that.
So you blowing my shit all the way. Blowing it.
Oh shit.
That doesn't mean anything, because I was raised by a black woman. There's mothers out here that don't have motherly qualities, and I'm a byproduct of that.
And there's women out here that do have motherly qualities. And there's someone that loved on you, that did raise you outside of that, and you say nothing positive about her either. You say nothing positive about the black woman. Nothing.
I love black women.
I do.
I love black men.
Remember what I told you in Faith, Tatanisha? I said I love black women, but I don't like them. I don't like.
Child, you can't stand them.
I don't know how you can't you can't love.
You can't possibly love them. He can't.
He can't make a statement like that.
Nah, you can't.
I'm trying to get my camera on. Like, I'm black as hell.
Please turn it on, bro. Please turn it on. That's
women,
what bothers me.
The women on my live is
he's darker than you, Blue. He's darker than you, and he was raised by his grandmother, but he don't like black women, and he doesn't say anything positive about black women.
I can't. For me, I love black women. I love all women. It's not a black or white thing, but I think that in certain instances, it's more acceptable, or it's more of an issue if a black man dated a white woman compared to a black woman dating a white man. I think men get more slack than women on that particular issue.
But Angie just said, and that right there is why black women come off as they do.
No. That was too.
To him, as they do.
She was saying that was to Joe.
Yeah, I know. And Ejante said you are a byproduct of that because you don't have it. You didn't have that. You don't know what it feels like to be loved by one. Oh my.
He's canceled.
He's canceled.
Yes.
Look, hold up. Where he find all these terrible black women at?
No, she asked, is that about his preference or that he always says negative things? It's his preference and the fact that he always speaks negatively about black women. But he already said he does not like black women. He would prefer he mainly dates black women, which is odd, but he doesn't like them.
Hold up, I know Joe went back into the chat. So Joe, what women do you date? I don't know. I can't agree with Joe on that one. But yeah, nah. On to the next question. That's Joe about to be blackballed from all the women. Definitely, they took his black card. He canceled.
They're gonna put his picture up. Winston said, "Did Joe just leave?" Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think Joe just left. Look, he got canceled. This is too much.
Yeah.
So this is. Go ahead. You go with the next question, because yeah, Joe about to get Joe. You got us losing out here for the men, man. Damn.
You can't lose. You can't, because you in the background like, I love black women.
I do. Look, I'm about to. Let me bring Winston. You want to come up? I need your help, man. Let me bring some positive.
Kiana said he canceled and I'm a lesbian.
Oh Lord!
I've been trying to bring people up, and know what? And they can't come up. I don't know what happened.
Look, Angela laughing.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Next question. We losing right now.
No. Oh my God! No, you was asking the next question. Joe's back.
Oh, here go Joe. Oh Lord. Here go Joe.
Oh my God! What? Joe's back. What happened? Did he come in?
I don't know. We just gonna continue because case he pop up, he pop up.
Often we claim we don't like something before we even know what it feels like. Screaming, "I hate Brussels," got a taste of it. Okay, Ejante. Oh, Winston's here.
Winston, come in. Winston, my man Winston. We need some positive up in here because Joe about to have my show canceled. He about to have people protesting out here.
Robbie said this is too much.
Oh man.
So what's your next question?
Winston, hey, what's up, man?
Yo, listen, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, man. Yes. Joe about to get me canceled up here, man.
Listen, yo, God bless Joe, man. I appreciate him for coming on and keeping it 100. You know what I mean? But first off, before I say anything, I'm over here working on these sites right now, man. I'm so entertained. I did the quickest set of math homework with my son. I said, son, I gotta get back to the shop. I said, we're gonna do about 4 math problems, get this in and out. Get this division right. I gotta get back to the shop. They're going in. I said, we gotta go. Oh, I'm so happy to be back.
Hey,
Winston. Yeah. I'm with it. I don't know where y'all at. Like I said, I left. I came back. Joe got canceled. A lot happened. So
Joe got canceled, man.
Yeah, whatever you want to ask me, just go and I'll pick up from there, man.
Well, let's. The question that I had is keeping it spicy in a relationship, because that's what the show is about. It's a thin line between love and hate. What are some of the things that you think can keep a marriage? You think about them long-term marriages. I think if men and women cheat because they get bored, would y'all agree? So what's some of the things that you would say?
I disagree with that, bro. I disagree. I mean, that's one of the reasons. Because some people are just greedy. You could still be, it's just greedy. You need a variety. So people will say that they're ready for a committed relationship, but what does committed really mean to you? So this would mean that you're allowed to keep going out and, testing the waters, but God forbid I do it, you're probably going to hang yourself and me. So men can't actually handle exactly what they put out. They can't handle that.
Winston, what you got?
Yeah, so listen. I know. Listen, I'm gonna go into exactly what Blue asked. So you directly asked how to keep it spicy because Ty was trying to take me somewhere else. Ty was going somewhere else. I'm not going there, Ty. I ain't taking the bait. I'm going to Blue asked what the men and women. Listen. This is what I would say. I think men and women both have to ask each other what turns their partner on, right? Like I think. We're doing a lot of guessing out here based on things we watching on Netflix or talking to our home girl about what she's doing with her. Like we gotta ask this one another. Like, yo, sometimes you gotta say, yo, like, what do you like? You dig what I'm saying? And just put that in our mental Rolodex. So I just think that like couples just gotta talk more with one another, because if you're in a relationship, that means whatever urges or desires or things that I may want to do. I'm doing them for you. You see what I mean? So if you are bored, you got to talk to your mate about how not to be bored anymore, instead of trying to find excitement outside of the relationship, because the commitment is saying whatever I'm going through with you. So that would be my answer to that. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's a good answer. I couldn't have said it better.
I ain't trying to get canceled like Joe. You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
Yeah, we can't. Joe got all the way canceled.
Yeah,
Mirza just, I guess she didn't mean to make this private, but doing the things that got each other at the beginning, honestly and open communication.
I think you could be honest and open, but I think that, and I don't want to sound blunt about what I'm about to say, and I don't want anybody to think I'm being blunt. Somebody told me this a long time ago. He said, your wife or your significant other, you and your wife, you got to be everything that you desire, right? So if it's say if it's a man and his wife, a man will want his wife to be elegant outside, but a freak in the house. Do you agree? I mean, you.
There's levels to that, Blue. There's levels to that. You know what I mean? What I mean by this is this, right? So, and let me know if y'all ever experienced this. Have you ever been in a intimate situation with your partner and you could tell she's doing something or he is doing something out of pocket, like they trying something on you that it don't feel like them? And so like that's what I mean, like why like people have to talk to one another, because your homegirl may give you suggestions on something that her man like, but if you do it to me, I may not like it. It may turn me off. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I say like people, you gotta talk to your partner. You know what I mean? I think a lot of time, both on men and women, we get a lot of advice about the opposite sex from our friends or our peer group. And a lot of times they wrong. You know what I mean? We walk around here with a lot of bad advice. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, that's my just opinion on that.
Yeah, everybody, I ain't gonna like everything everybody doing. I see Hassan just came up.
Ty got the look. I know the look. Ty got the look. I don't know if she agree, disagree. You know what I mean? I need Ty to say something. You know what I mean? I just can't have her sitting there with the look.
Hassan popped up too. What's up? We can hear you. We can't see. If you want us to see, put the video. It's a little icon on the side, a video icon.
Oh, y'all see?
There
Okay.
you go.
I'm here.
Hey,
What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the
all right.
shop.
Thank you. Honored. What a topic.
It's a good topic, man. I mean, I think, you know, I want swinging from ceiling fans, all type of shit. Stuff you know what I'm saying?
The topic is also a topic too.
So what is your view on what Blue just asked?
I didn't hear the question all the way.
All right, so the question is, I'm gonna make it short. should just for men, because I'm speaking for the men now.
Okay.
Now, for men, do you think that your woman should be elegant in the street, but a freak at the house?
Yes, Blue.
A lady should be elegant in the street, but a freak in the house.
Freak at the house. I'm talking about swinging from the ceiling fans, hanging from
the whole fool,
all type of shit.
I mean, personally, it don't matter to me. You can be a freak in the public if you want to as well. It don't matter to me. But all around, definitely be classy, elegant, all around, definitely. So for me, again, you can be a freak in the sheets and a freak in the streets. It don't make me no never mind.
You just like some freaky ass women, man. I need to pull another woman up here.
I don't want.
Be classy about it. Don't just be like if you on the bus, don't just just whip me out like and start just. That's a little bit nasty.
Oh wow.
That's a little bit.
Wow.
Be classy about it.
I don't want a man to try me outside.
Try you outside?
No. I don't want to be like, okay, so Hassan, he said he don't mind where the freakiness happens at. He don't care. I don't want a man I don't want to be there. I don't want to be outside. I mean, I have my fantasies of alleyways and things like that, but they're fantasies.
What you talking about, like bushes and shit? But you said outside, like.
No, I don't want him to expect me to be crazy outside. Like some people just.
What you mean be crazy outside? I'm talking about, that sound like you talking about like having sex or something in the bushes or something.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much. I don't want that. I don't want that. If he wants that, then he probably gonna go to somebody else because
I need a freak.
I don't want that. I don't want to be freaky in the bushes. I don't like the bushes.
I need a freak. It ain't got to be
I
no
got
bushes.
allergies. What?
But you got to be spontaneous. You can't be like.
I can be spontaneous, but I don't want to be.
Blue, this go back to my point. They gotta talk. You and Ty, y'all want to work out. You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
Blue wants something very specific. You know what I mean?
You got
I don't mind. It's spontaneous. Like we can bust it down in the car. We could go.
Oh, but you said not outside, but you could bust it down in the car.
I don't want him I don't want him grabbing my ass, trying to do crazy stuff to me. Be in the public because he think that's a cool thing. I don't want him to do that. I want to be.
Oh, you want the lights out and
she want the lights out type of dude. That's what she want.
You want to be.
Where the women at in this? Where the women at in this conversation? What if you a woman in this conversation? Hit the hand sign so I can bring you up to speak.
Wait, son said you could tell he be sucking toes.
Look, Joe's still trying to get up in here. Look, hold up.
We need a woman. We need a woman. I've been trying to pull people up.
Hold up, where Danielle at? Because I know. Look,
thank you, Mirza. Thank you. Private and spontaneous in a private outside area. That's me. I don't want you to be hitting me off in the open like that. No.
I'm with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's the time and the place.
Not in the open?
No.
Time and the place, man.
Angie said men have to bring the freak out too. Your man should be your hoe. Hell yeah, I want my man to be my hoe.
Well, here's the deal.
My gosh.
Here's the deal.
Hey, Danny.
Here's the deal for me. Like, if we outside, because I'm a touchy type. If we outside, I'm gonna grab your butt. I'm gonna rub on you. I'm gonna kiss your neck. I'm gonna do all that. All right.
I don't mind you kissing my neck. I don't want you groping my ass outside and people can see you.
Well, I'm not gonna try to have sex in public. I'm not doing that. I ain't gonna try and lick you all up in public. I'm not doing that. But
Aziz said privacy is policy.
Privacy is policy.
That's what Aziz said.
That's what I'm. That's me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Vaughn said she a freak. Remember when Uncle Elroy had his wife chained up in the bed on next Friday.
Shut up, boy.
Hold on.
Did you bring Danielle? Let me bring Danielle.
I'm trying to bring. Go ahead.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He said, "Man, y'all on here lying." Who lying, son? They are, right? They don't want that.
Yeah, let me tell you about son, right? He gonna send me something today. I don't even got the actual thing talking about you eat butt. Do women really like is this a thing that women, is this a thing for women? Because he just sent me this post this morning.
What'd he say?
It says something about these men eat butt.
He said, what men do what?
Huh? Men with these names eat butt. I ain't, nah.
What men with what names?
Hey, I was on the list, and I damn sure don't be doing that.
What's wrong with it? You know?
Nah.
All right, but hold on though. Once again, this goes back. Danielle, what's up? Danielle in the building.
What's up?
Danielle.
What's going
Danielle
on?
in the building. But once again, back to my point. Why there's levels, and I think you got to talk to your partner about what level they're willing to go to. Because I know I've had it happen where maybe you do something to somebody and they think they have access to do something ridiculously crazy to you, and you're like, hey, hold on now, like pause, like that's not, you know what I mean, like
pineapple.
Yeah, you're going too far. Like I didn't know we was playing that game. You got to communicate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Angie said, pass on eating booty like gross. Robert said, y'all do eat butt.
My man Joseph up here, he said, damn Apple phones. He can't get back up. Joe, they canceled you, bro. Black women, they canceled you. I don't know what happened, because you should have been able to get up here.
So Danielle.
Yes,
Come on, sister. What you got for me, baby?
All right, so I'm in the question again. I just got on.
So, go ahead, Blue. Hit the question again.
Go ahead, come on.
Should your woman be civil in public but a freak at home?
Personally, me, yeah.
Danielle, so you look like you be getting freaky.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
About what I do. We're not going there today.
Look, Joseph said he don't like groceries that much.
Raise your hand, Ejante. I've been trying to pull you on.
Joe don't like black women. He don't like groceries.
Yeah. Joe, you about to get. Joe, you about to get.
I feel like this. I don't think that everybody know what you do behind closed doors. I think that's private. I think that's nobody's business. You know what I mean? So, because anybody could say on the front line, like, yeah, I don't do this, but then behind closed doors be a whole nother freak. So it don't matter what's being said. Is, you know what I mean? Really, what behind closed doors happen.
I agree with that.
I agree.
So all of that outside and crap like Hassan likes, you don't like that either, right?
Kids watching, man.
Yeah, hold on. We got some
kids. I think there's a limitation to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if you want to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is in public. In public, like when I say kids is watching, like I've had, like y'all know, like y'all don't, when you in public, it's open limit, so you don't know who's gonna catch you. That's what I'm saying. I can't be. It's a comfort level, you know what I mean? Like you can only do so much in public, man. Kids watching, man. You know.
What? How many people actually got caught? How many of y'all actually got caught? Look, I know you got caught, Tatanisha.
Because Tot don't know how to be discreet.
I know. That's why she don't like doing stuff in public, because she got caught.
You got to know how to be. You got to know how to do it.
Sir, what are you talking about?
You ain't discreet.
You're not discreet enough.
How am I not discreet? Shut up, Hans.
It's like Superman, just transform.
Wait, you talking about caught by who? People or kids?
It's in general.
I never been caught by kids.
You got caught. I think everybody got caught. I never
got caught by kids, but I got caught.
Yeah, me too. My brother snitched on me. My brother and my cousin. Long time ago, though. Long time ago.
Let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story, but this wasn't in public though. So, some years ago, me and my girl was in the house, right? Just at that time, she was living with her mom and her father on the 3rd floor, right?
Shut up, son.
So we in the room getting it on. I mean, we getting it on. I'm enjoying it. She enjoying it. Lights are out and everything. All of a sudden, I hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Her mother busts through the door, right? Her legs all in the air and everything. Her mother busts through the door. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Then she says, oh, I thought he was fixing a light. You do anything on fixing nobody's light?
Nah, mine was funny.
Hey, her mom is a freak. You know what I mean? Mom is a freak. She knew exactly what's going on up there. Yeah, mom knew exactly what's going on. Talk about you fixing the light. She ain't that old.
Let me tell you about
what's going on. She knows
I
her lights on.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, as far as look, as he said, I can relate.
I got a witness.
Okay, so staying on the same subject, right? As far as being intimate or satisfying someone. So, do you think that as far as threesomes are concerned?
Oh, check her out.
We grown.
Preaching to the choir.
If your woman decided she wanted to bring 2 men in the room, would you turn it down as opposed to you wanting her with 2 men in the room?
Nah, I can't do that.
So there goes that catch-22 again. It's okay for the threesome to be included with 2 women, but if a woman wanted 2 men, she's not allowed to do that.
All right, let's get clarity on this here. Is she bringing 2 additional men or 1 additional man?
That ain't a threesome, Hassan.
Because yes, it is me, him, and her. 3.
And Joe gonna say we can't do that. We might cross swords. You discuss.
Yo, Joe's still trying.
That's 3.
No, I'm talking about adding another man. So adding another man, the same way you would want her to add another woman.
Nah.
All right, so she wants to bring another man in.
So if she wanted, so it's okay for you to want her to satisfy your fantasy, but it's not okay for you to satisfy hers.
Well, there has to be a serious conversation about that because.
Okay.
He said that's a train.
You see how he says that, right?
There are boundaries. There are boundaries. There are boundaries to this because if you're gonna bring a nigga in that you got feelings for, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Sir said that's a train.
That's a train.
Rob Reese, your private.
I'm gonna bring her in. Hold on, real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead, y'all.
With any threesome, boundaries need to be set, right, Mirza?
Absolutely.
And Vaughn said it's nothing to talk about. Y'all got me in tears right now. My God. Did you bring her up?
I'm adding her right now. I'm sending her a different link, so she should get it in her email because she's having a problem coming up. But I'm sending it to her right now.
Yeah, we gotta have a conversation about this. We talk about this.
That's a serious conversation.
Absolutely.
So then why do y'all need 2 women then?
Why do we need 2 women?
Yeah, or one of them.
Because see, sometimes the women be getting tired, so you gotta, give them a break.
You's a whole damn lie for that, and you know it.
Right,
saying,
exactly. Because men get tired, so that I should get somebody to tag him in.
Listen, sometimes your knees go out. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you go out, your back go out, and
the knees back, so we gotta rotate them on out. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't need a back. You can't have a backup man, but you can have a backup female.
Nah, you don't need no backup man. Nah.
But you don't need a backup female.
Stop.
I'm
Just think about this. How we look, we in the middle of it. I'm banging you out. My back. Tag you in. What?
You got a point.
Yeah, y'all got all the fantasies with two
Right,
women.
exactly. So you're not allowed. So I could never, if that was a fantasy, I couldn't fulfill mine because that's you don't like it. But if you, even though I don't like for you to have two women, you would want me to fulfill that. Otherwise, you going to do what?
Nah, I'm just saying there has to be a conversation about it before we start talking about it.
Yo, hold
Winston,
up,
why you quiet, Winston?
Hold up. Are y'all reading these conversations?
Yeah, I'm saying
Mercer said
because
sometimes men go limp. And then
true.
Joseph said it happened to me. Yo, I can't, yo.
Joe
man,
needs his own show.
Joe, even though they blackballed you, Joe, they protesting about you. I like you, Joe. You're keeping it real.
Wait, and she said apply that same logic to women.
I don't know.
So Joe, would you tag in a wingman?
Joe, you might lose your card all the way. You say some wrong stuff, man. Joe.
I just want Joe to be just think about your response before you respond.
Think about that response, Joe. Before you respond. We waiting.
I'm waiting. I gotta see this one. Look, Joe like. Come on, Joe.
We waiting, Joe.
We don't wait.
It ain't fun if the homie can't have none. Shut up, Ozzy. Joe said no. No, what, Joe?
No, what, Joe? You got to answer the question to the
no, what, Joe?
You said no to the wingman. No wingman.
No wingman.
No wingman. Joe said this ain't basketball. Ain't got no 6-man here.
DeJounte, I don't know why. Blue, try to see how you can get her to get in because she's been trying to get in. I can't pull her in.
I bet Joe, she has. She might have. She might have to switch her browser. Depending on what phone she has.
Joe said they didn't teach me to share in preschool.
All right, Joe. Joe, back on the home stretch. Back on.
Oh my God.
Back on the team.
He had to get in with somebody. He had to be down with somebody because he was out of here.
But Joe, you can't. Joe, you can't be going limp in the game, brother. Joe, you gotta stay strong, brother.
Nah, Blue. This is my thing about the whole conversation, though. Is men, we talk a big game, but when a woman really let her freak out, man, like ain't no controlling that. So that's what I'm saying. Like we talk a big game, but like women just got a whole nother level of freak to them that like I be trying to keep that contained sometimes. Cause like I just feel like you talking, but if your girl really went all the way, I don't think most men will be able to handle it. In my opinion,
I agree. I met one person like that was. That I had to stop. I ain't even gonna lie. I had to tell her. Like,
There's no robberies.
I had to stop. I ain't even gonna lie. I told her I had a heart murmur.
What I'm saying is, if a man don't want to tag another man in because his back went out, a female get tired. She don't want to tag another female to finish. Facts. Okay. So you got Rob Reese in.
Yeah, you gotta hit the. Yeah, you just gotta hit the camera. The microphone's on. You just gotta hit the little icon beside it. Beside it. There you go.
Okay, cool. Dang,
Hey.
well, I'm ready to talk.
Oh, she said she ready to
I'm
talk.
ready to talk. Yeah, she was in the comments. Crazy.
Catch me up. What I missed?
Nah, we was just saying. I was saying that I do agree that we got some freaky women out there. I can't even. Like I said, I was in a situation where I had to stop. I said I had a heart murmur. You about to kill me. Dead ass. Tapped out.
So she couldn't tag in the wingman.
Hell, well, there won't no wingman. That's it. I was gonna have a damn stroke. That's the first and last time that's happened. But I'm just saying, women are freakier than men. Some women.
Oh, it's saying the room is full. Hassan, thank you for joining us. We're gonna pull up Ijante. The room is full. She can't get in.
All right.
All right.
Easy.
Thank you.
Easy.
Thanks, Hassan.
100%.
Son called you a little bitch.
Hey, that's all right. Hassan, man, listen. Stay strong, brother.
I'm gonna be here.
All right, got you, man. Keep in the comments, man. Keep in the comments.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Joseph talks about the trip all day. He like, man, you see it all day at the trip. Crazy. All females are freaky. You just need to find out what brings out the freak. Girls be having all pieces out, breast, legs, and thigh. I'm gonna start reading Joe's comments.
Here go Joe. Go ahead, bro. Grease. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Me?
Both of y'all. Anybody? Go ahead. We
Go ahead,
want to hear
Reese.
from.
Can I take this off?
Yeah, go ahead. The volume went off. There you go.
Okay, cool. No, I was making sure I can't turn the volume off. I want to say something sweet.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't have it there.
Okay.
Go ahead with the. We waiting for the. I'm waiting for the next.
Conversation.
Go ahead.
When y'all said 2 men.
Oh, 2 men. Well, what do you think? What do women think about that? That's the question.
What?
Are y'all okay with that?
I can't hear nobody now.
Are
you
y'all?
Can't hear us?
You can't.
Okay, now I
Hold.
can.
You can hear us
now.
Okay.
What do women think about that?
The 2 men?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm talking about just the whole topic that Tanisha brought up.
No, I don't need 2 men. I'm cool.
I just asked the question because I know that it's like men would rather, like, if the question was thrown out like, oh, okay, I want to bring another woman in. I'm like, well, can I bring another man in? If you could, like, just me being sarcastic, they're not having that. But you want me to add another woman? I don't want no woman touching me.
Nah.
That's dead.
Yeah, nah.
Ijante just joined.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Ijante. You got hit the camera. You got the little.
I'm trying to figure it out now. Hold on now. Give me 1 second. Let me.
Oh Lord, she got a lot. She sound like she got a lot to say.
Yeah,
y'all about to have a hell of a lot of a good time with me. I'm telling you right now. Let me figure out how to fuck do this.
Why is Son saying the stuff that he's saying right now?
Son
Like, I don't understand.
Son said I want 2 midgets.
Where?
Yeah, that's yo. Mrs. B all right.
Oh,
how do you know? Like, what? What?
I'm just saying the Mrs. B having the bodies.
What?
They do.
So Ijante.
Yes.
I know that this. So Ijante, the question was about two men. Well, I mean, you speak on your situation. You go ahead.
I got a minute remaining.
I need that question first.
It goes out. No, I was talking to my Instagram. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Please tell me the question, because from between me trying to get in here and the disconnecting and whatnot, I just don't know what's really happening. So please, what is it so I could chew people up? Not in a bad way though.
Nah, it's good. It's all good. I got my men behind me.
What's the topic again? Remind it. Bring it back.
Mirza said, "I don't want another female touching my man." Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, we're talking about threesomes, right?
We're talking about threesomes.
Okay.
So would you think it's okay for a man, like if If a man wants to have two women, I think this is really good in your case.
I got you, Winston.
Ejante. I'm just trying to. How would you answer that?
I'm bringing Son up.
I think it's very good in your case. Direct quote. All right. I believe she said that because I'm bisexual. So, here we go with that question. So, me, myself, I'm going to speak on myself personally because I have been in relationships where it was an issue sometimes because sexuality in a relationship can get a little junky, and that's why I left that comment. Like, you just have to understand each other's, you have to speak each other's love language. Like me, myself, and I'm bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy vagina. I also enjoy dick equally. My earring came off. That means it's about to get real. I enjoy them both equally. This means that I want them both, period. That doesn't mean I want them at the same time. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, she's nasty. I'm not saying that. Don't be looking at me like, ooh, Ejante. Like, no. It's not like that. It is kind of, but no. I have been in situations where let's pause. Let's backtrack. I am at a point now, right, where I am interested in, I'm just gonna close the door. I'm interested in having a threesome.
Lord, Joseph back in here.
Why did you bring Joseph back?
Joseph, you sure?
No, Ejante, just answer the question. Ejante, answer the question.
I get distracted. I'm sorry. So I am at a point now where I am open to having threesomes or whatever, but it often becomes an issue, I guess with men sometimes, where like, oh no, not even with men sometimes, with a woman, right? In a lesbian relationship, sometimes it can get like, oh no, we're not bringing a man in here. That's a dub. And I guess it just also depends on what type of relationship it is, because I know like two femmes are like, oh hell yeah, let's bring some dick in here, or a stud and a femme are not really okay with that. So I guess it all depends. But for me, I'm with all that shit. Like, yeah, let's bring two men, or let's bring two women, or let's bring a woman and a man. Like, let's just do that. That shouldn't be a deal breaker. Y'all, it should be free. Sex is kind of like a screening thing. It's a spiritual thing, yes, but it shouldn't. I think sex is very much like music. In a sense where it shouldn't be the
a lot of feedback.
It's a lot of feedback.
Hey, Blue, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna come on a little later. Just on.
Okay.
Well, that's not me.
All right.
No, it sounds like, because it didn't start happening until you got on. Is somebody else on next to somebody that's on the show?
I'm right here.
I might have been. Yeah, you might have to hop out and then come back in.
It's all good. It's all right. I don't know.
No, go out and come back.
Hold on, I'm gonna kick you out. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was something with that. My man Joe, you back here, Joe?
Yeah, that's me. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you now, man. You about to have your face.
I don't have nothing to say right now, so I don't have anything to say. But I think I'm gonna give up all my best material for the night.
Okay. now, Robrice, am I saying it right? How am I saying it? How do you say it?
You said my name wrong, Robrice.
Robrice. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I had it right. I kept thinking I said it wrong, but
go ahead. We want to hear. We want to hear from you.
About this, are we about to be on another subject?
So any subject. We could switch subjects.
Oh, I don't have no questions. I don't have no questions about anything, but I thought I had already said what I felt about the threesome.
No, you didn't. We didn't even get to. Oh, you talking about when you in the comments?
Oh no, I was just saying. Some things are just double standard and just leave it at that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that with relationships in general, I think we have spoken this on the last show. I think it has to be would you say relationships are just about love, or is it? I think it's more than just love nowadays. It's because if you're not stable, if you're not, it's so many different things that factor into each thing that can be a deal breaker. Besides just the cheating aspect, outside of cheating, what's the deal breaker for you all?
I feel like what financial stability, all that is a part of love. Because if I can't take care of you, I'm not taking care of you. I'm not really loving you. You take care of a person you love. So I feel like they all combine. It kind of combines into one sometimes.
Do you think that it's the man should be should it be a 50-50 situation, or should the man be the one that is the provider?
I don't feel like it should just be solely in contract 50-50. I feel like it should be, if you down, I got you, because I got my own too.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, you're supposed to be a provider, and then if you're expecting me the guy to be the provider, that means y'all gotta drop or you want me to be the provider too, y'all gotta drop oh, she too independent thing, because now we definitely confused. Which one you want me to be?
Right.
I like to say something about that. Let me give you a Negro history lesson real quick.
Oh my God.
Nah, for real though. Like,
I thought you was done.
No, I'm not. We got all night. But I was just thinking about, like, you know, during the Stone Age and during like the when the dinosaurs and stuff like that, we had men were considered hunter-gatherers. And what happened was, what they used to do is they used to go out for days, months at a time, and they used to go and they used to provide food for the entire village as well as their family. And everybody in that community, in that village, had a role to play. The woman's role in that community was to make sure that the man had enough to go back out into the wilderness and, you know, deal with all of this perilous stuff, you know, dealing with nature and all of that, so he can have enough strength to come back to provide for his village. Now, fast forward to this day and age, the paradigm has shifted a lot, where, you know, you have women taking on the traditional role of the men, you know, and society has deemed that as normalized that to a certain degree. And nature, in my philosophy, I think nature is kind of rejecting that. That's the reason why we have this war between the battle of the sexes. I think that's the reason why, you know, we have so much discord between men and women, because the roles were reversed and everybody's confused on what their role is. You know, like, for example, I was a college student at one point. Yeah, I might know more than the teacher, but my role is to be a student. You know what I'm saying? If I start trying to take over the class, that just creates discord. You understand what I'm saying? So
my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. So what role should a man and a woman play?
Basically, just like I said, y'all both have to expand your minds so y'all both are equal, but nobody should be looking at a relationship looking to one up each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's why I retort back to what I was saying earlier about being about each person being reachable and teachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, with protection comes correction. We have to be able to take constructive criticism and be able to learn off of each other and learn from each other's mistakes. Because even the Bible and the Quran also talks about, you know, a wise man learns from other mistakes, a fool learns from his.
Preacher.
You know, so that's what I believe that's where I believe that relationships have hit the death knell. You know what I'm saying? No, because nobody really respects relationships no more. And the point is behind that, the main reason behind that is the soul of the Black community is gone. Who has the soul of who were the bearers of the soul of the Black community our grandparents, our elders. You know what I'm saying? So now everything is all about hooking up and fucking. There's no romance. There's no courtship. You know what I'm saying? There's no chivalry anymore.
No chivalry. Oh, hold on, Robrice. You got to hit the microphone because your mic went out. Go ahead. I know you wanted to say something. There you go. I just went out again. Hold on. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Oh, I took it off because I didn't want to.
Nah, you good. You good. Go ahead. You sound like you wanted to say something.
Oh, it seems like we just asking the questions that's being asked. I guess it's just too like vague or something like that, because then when the question is actually answered, it says society. So that means you're going by society versus you.
Yeah. It's not vague. It's just not answering about him. He's speaking in general.
In general.
I think that I think when it comes down to relationships, it's never going to be a 50-50, but it has to be a trade-off. If it's not a trade-off, if you both can't excel in any way, it's not going to work. I mean, you could love a person to death, but if there's no trade-off, if there's nothing that you can actually, not even saying that you're trying to gain something from somebody, but if you can't build with each other, it won't work. You can love a person to death, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
Correct. And that's why I think that's why I said still 50-50, but if you meet me, I got you. Like, he might have $100,000, but he ain't asking me to pay for nothing because he just want to do that on his own. But one day he like, man, I need a break. I want to vacate this month. She should be able to cover him for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, just something like that. I don't know. It just kind of, I don't want to take away from you being a man because in my head, providing is doing all that stuff for you.
Yeah, I understand.
Hassan said the independency of a woman does not cripple or paralyze the nature or role of the man. And speaking from experience, an independent woman is better than I guess he's saying a dependent one. If she's helping you build, then the empire won't fall. I know that's right, Hassan.
I agree with him 100%.
100%. And said,
Joe, you agree?
I agree. I agree with that.
Angie said, a relationship is a partnership, a team. Each should hold each other up. Communication and having a solid friendship is vital because in the long term, when the body gets older, things fade. It is more than the physical to keep a long relationship. Facts.
I agree with that too, but I said the way I said it was much better, Angela.
Go ahead.
I'm just messing around.
I think that when it comes down to we said that the topic was a thin line between love and hate. I think that if like the biggest thing that we've been saying this whole show is communication. Like if you don't communicate, then you got cheating, you got all types of stuff that could happen. But
wait, I'm sorry. Angie said, I'm not talking to you, Joe.
What you want me to do? I'm sorry, yo. Like I thought y'all respect.
Joe, you've been blackballed. Joe been blackballed. I that's what I think as far as on the relationship side. I think that it's more so on the communication side because without communication is gonna fail. And that's what I think. I think when it comes down to who won this battle between the men and women, I think, man, you put us down a couple points, man. But
no, I did not. I'm a self-proclaimed masculinist, man. Somebody has to stand up for the brothers.
This is who was talking earlier.
Yes.
That's Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe. Look at the face.
And all my glory and my spiky hair. What's good? What's going on?
Yo, he's a jerk.
Is there any other questions that you have for us men?
I need somebody to challenge me. Come
question
on.
For men.
Hold up.
I got to ask.
What's the question? And anybody on Instagram that's tuning in, is there any questions that you have for men? And we will answer. Me and Joe.
Yes.
I don't know about Joe, but me and Joe will answer these questions.
You got Hassan still in the comments.
Hassan. Hold up.
You got Hassan. You got L, which is Libre. He's in the comments. Well, he might not be. I don't know. I can't see.
Go ahead.
Somebody got a question?
Nah, I was waiting for Bro Breeze. She said she had a question for men.
Oh, I'm over here thinking. I'm like,
ask me anything. It's all good.
As a man, when do you know you found the one? Oh, okay, Angie.
Oh, I heard this answer before. Y'all want to hear the female answer first?
Let me hear that. Go, Joe. As a man, when do you know you found the one?
Oh man, I don't want to sound corny though. Like
a boy, going. You've been sounding corny all night. Let's go.
I got somebody in the Instagram live that's asking a question too. Hold on. Before I forget, how do men feel about friends or a friend disrespecting your partner? If they disrespecting your boyfriend, your partner, is the bro code? Nah, I don't agree with that at all. I think that if that's who that person, if they're your friend, they should have respect for them.
Yeah, they should be able to respect your boundaries and stuff like that. I was told by old head a long time ago when I was a young man, you don't even bring your girl around your boys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much temptation. This was all before Facebook and Instagram and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the lessons that I learned from the OGs. It's just like, yo, if you got a girl, y'all do y'all thing together, but try to keep contact with your boys to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because they will creep on you.
You don't need those friends around you.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Nah, you don't need them friends. If it's like that, you don't need them friends around.
You do that as a precaution because you just don't know people. That's
but why do you need to take that precaution? Like if you can't have your mate. So what you saying? Like if my man decide he gonna have company over, right? And maybe I was fixing something up for them or whatever. My man decide he gonna step out and run to the store. He can't just step out and leave me with his friends without thinking one of them is gonna do something. And you shouldn't have those people around.
You shouldn't have them friends around.
You
shouldn't.
I get it.
But then that come off as insecure, to be honest.
Yeah, they definitely aren't true friends.
That'll be a deal breaker. An insecure person is a deal breaker.
But
everybody has insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. It's innate. Everybody has insecurities.
No, we talking about a different type of insecurity. A toxic insecurity.
A toxic insecurity.
If you have a toxic insecurity, and you find that in most men, like it don't make no sense. If you have a woman that's beautiful, right, and you walk down the street, it doesn't make it makes no sense for you to get mad at every man that looks at your woman.
Right.
Why? Because at the end of the day, you know she's coming home to you, but you have those men that you walk down the street and you might look at, because I ain't gonna lie, if I see somebody that look nice, I'm gonna be like, damn, you know what? She look all right. But at the same time, it's not gonna be disrespectful. But you have some men that'll look and be like, why the fuck you looking at my woman? It ain't nothing disrespectful. It's just that, I've noticed that she's a beautiful woman and she's with you. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but some men can't take that, and that's an insecure man. That's what she's talking about. I think, Reese, that's what you were talking about, right?
Well, you know what the thing is. Psychology states that women handle breakups better. They'll eventually get over it, but men, they kind of carry that because it takes a hit to their pride. You know what I'm saying? When a woman breaks up with a dude, because we have that machismo, we have that alpha male thing about us and stuff like that. So when our hearts get broken, man, it takes a long time for us to recover. So those men that have a prize and they see other men looking at them, lusting after their girl, they're going to feel some type of way because it may have happened to them in the past where somebody had creeped in on them when they were trying to provide for them or whatever. I'm just using.
So why are you bringing why aren't you done healing? Why are you bringing your burden into another?
You can't tell you. You can't
do that.
You can't.
He got a point.
Telling somebody when to heal though. That's another thing too. You can't say.
Exactly.
Then why are you moving on if you're not healed yet?
But sometimes you don't know.
And when you don't know, what do you do?
When you don't know, that's when you take the step and say,
I need
you got to really look at yourself and be like, you know what? I haven't completely moved on. I haven't got past what I've got past. Maybe I do need to take a step back.
Hey, yo, Dennis, I was telling Tatanisha a story about like my first real relationship was with a married woman when I was 24. And the stuff like, and we were together for a long time. We was together for almost 3 years.
Hold up. She was married though.
She was married.
You was never together. You never together.
I know. Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, yo, she was basically my cuddy buddy for 3 years, and I ended up falling in love. You know what I'm saying? And after she dumped me, it took me 4 years to recover. I lost all types of weight. Like my face was sunken in. My ribs looked like a book of matches. Like I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat at all. Like I couldn't even function. It took me 4 years to recover from that. Everybody thought I was stupid because
I was in love with a married woman.
She was married, exactly, but everybody thought I was stupid. So you really can't tell anybody. I was 24, man. Like,
are you in a relationship now?
Nah.
No.
I don't need no interpreter. Thank you.
Wait, Murder said that's your fault. You shouldn't have been fucking with a married woman.
I'll be that. I'll take that.
Hold up. On that question that we had asked, right? When you said, how do you know when you found true love? Hassan just answered that. He says, as a man, you know when you found the one when their appetite moves from he's craving to what he's maintaining.
I love that answer.
I agree with that.
I love that answer.
I agree. 100%.
How do you know when you found the one, Joe?
I don't know.
Because you ain't found her yet, right?
Because I'm honestly, I done went from being that nice, chivalrous guy to it's like, yo, whatever. It's kind of like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if we're together, we're together. If we're together, we're together. If we're not, we're not. Like, I don't really put too much stock and emphasis on relationships anymore because of what I've been through with relationships. And so, like, a lot of girls say that I'm sarcastic, I'm obnoxious, I'm an asshole, all those things under the sun. They call me everything but a son of God. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in my life, you just stop caring once you reach a certain age.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm 36.
All right, so 36. I was gonna say once you get to a certain age, for me, I think for men, period. I can't talk about every man, but I can say for me, once I got to a certain age, or I'm getting to a certain point in my life, I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the bullshit that I dealt with before, and a lot of the stuff that I don't want to deal with, now I'm trying to get that out of my life. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be negative in to a degree where it's like, man, you know what? This woman ain't this, or I'm not doing this. But then it comes to a point in time where it's just like, damn, you know what? How long am I gonna run on this rat race?
Right. I agree with you, Hassan. And I was gonna say the same thing. I don't feel like
I don't feel you fully healed.
I know you're not. And you can never say never. Like you're 36. You know what I mean? To you old as hell, but you're not. You know what I mean? It's still time. But I think you might need a couch.
Well, I'm on a couch
with
right
someone,
now.
A couch with somebody that's gonna charge you a whole lot of money to speak to them.
Yo, you up to?
Nah, wasn't he the one earlier? I said that you sound like you still hurt.
Yeah.
He is.
You do sound hurt, man.
He is extremely hurt.
By a black woman.
And you wear it on your comments.
Joe, was she black woman?
Actually, she was Hispanic.
Whoa! That's the first time I heard that.
Hold up, Joe. She was Hispanic, but you say you hate black women.
Well, technically,
she was the first and last one. Everyone else was black.
Oh man.
And Angie just said some real shit. If you don't heal, you will hurt every relationship you touch. You got to stop blaming everybody else and start looking at yourself and see what negative you're adding to the situation, because you blame everything on everybody but Joe.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Tatanisha, Why do older women go for younger men?
She's the only one that can for me though.
Older women
Why do
go for younger men?
Why do older women go for younger men?
Y'all see that often?
Yeah,
It does happen often, and I can speak for myself. I don't see myself going for younger men.
Hold up. So
I don't see myself.
Hold up. So what's the youngest person you've dated?
Come on, why are you trying to put me on the spot?
I'm just saying, older women tend to go for younger men, so it must be something about older men that older women, mature women, don't like about older men.
No, older. So my ex-husband was older than me. He was actually 2 years older than me. But then after that, older men, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't even answer that.
Was he starting a pill pop or something?
Who, my ex-husband? Never used drugs. He smoked weed, but...
No, I ain't talking about them pills, but I'm just saying, sometimes with older men, shit don't...
No, we were married. I was 20. I was 25, 24 going in 25 when I was married. So he's only 2 years older than me. So, which makes him 2 years older than me now.
I can't even
money.
He looks no, actually I had more money than he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I had more money. And I built him up. This is the conversation we talked about before. He already had a seed planted. And all I did was help him water. That's it.
So you
and I still found what he was doing. Right. So like it wasn't that, I don't know. He was older than me, but then now I'm not like I just recently had a guy that's 55, which was yesterday.
Damn.
Very, very, very attractive at 55. Mm-hmm. Very athletic. You know the guys you see on Instagram that's muscular with the gray beard, and you like, damn, that's a sexy man right there. Not you, but I'm just saying.
I was gonna say I got no grade yet.
Shut up. I met him yesterday, and I was like, wow. To come find out that he's been attracted to me for years, and I just never knew it. But the younger guys that approach me, it depends. Sometimes when you can't hold the conversation, or you got younger guys that are mature in a sense, then yeah, I couldn't go with that. I don't know.
Mature innocence?
In a sense.
Okay.
Because then sometimes they speak, and it reminds me that they're still a little young.
Okay. Robots? Go ahead, go. I keep saying it. I'm gonna just say Ro because I feel like. Okay, go ahead.
Like Robert, my dad named Robert. Just think of that Rob.
Right. I got you.
I can't speak on that. I won't even date a person a day younger than me.
You won't date a person if they're younger?
A day younger than me, a second.
Damn.
Anything, a minute.
You said a minute younger.
I've never met somebody mature. Mature that was younger than me.
It might change up when you get a little bit older.
Right.
I mean, I'm 47, so anybody that's younger than 47 is younger than me.
I mean, that's still young.
Right. That's what I'm saying is he could be 40, he could have been 30, he could have been 30, he could have been 20, I don't know, 25. He still would be younger than me. Huh?
If I was to date somebody younger, it would have to be a person that, like he said, he'll a little bit too long. So it had to be a guy that's not really hurt. Like he got to be like.
He can't be like Joe, man. Joe, he can't be like.
But Robbie, you can't really say that because then you'll meet an older guy who's just as damaged as Joe.
I'm not. Oh no, I'm just giving an example because I ain't dating nobody younger. Period.
So why do men like older women? Hassan.
Yeah, please answer that.
Why do men like older women?
Do you like older women?
I do. I mean, I'm 35.
Okay.
Older women are good. Women my age are good. Like, I've dated I've dated females maybe about a couple of years younger than me. Not too far. Maybe like about 4 years younger than me. But why do men like older women? Well, I really don't know. And I think actually it has to be a personally for me, it would have to be for a man to like an older woman. Now I may sound crazy, this may sound real stupid, but like I can't see a 20-year-old trying to bag a 40-year-old. Although it has happened.
Oh, that has happened multiple times.
It has happened. Now my thing is this: now, why would you choose a 40-year-old? Like, did you have an issue with your mother? Did you not?
Oh. But why would a 40-year-old want to deal with the?
That's just my perspective of it, because if you're 20 years old,
yo,
40-year-old woman. To me, there has to be an issue with your you're looking for a mother that was never there, and she's taking care of you instead of you taking care of her. That's just, I don't see that. But a 35, 36, 37-year-old man trying to bag like maybe a 40-year-old woman, 45-year-old woman, I can see that. And I personally believe or feel that if a man in his 30s is bagging a woman in her 40s, it has to be an experience, a maturity thing, because you may have some 30-year-old females that just aren't there, not there with you, so that I can understand. 20, I can't see that. You must have had a quality issue.
Well, can I say something about that? You can't really equate age. You can't really equate age with maturity anymore. I know there's a lot of feedback.
It's coming feedback from your end.
Oh, it's because of the Instagram. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you can't really put a maturity thing on age anymore, because there's a lot of 40-year-old women that still have that, they feel like they're that old thing back. They feel like they're missing something, because the general consensus in society is once you reach 40, you're considered old. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't put maturity on it. But the reason why, from my perspective, I think men date older women it's more of a stability, and it's more of a stability issue, and also is more of a knowing what she wants issue as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, I think younger girls are more indecisive, and they're kind of scared to take risks. They don't really understand like the art of spontaneity, and older women do, because they pretty much experienced everything. Yeah. So when you talk to an older woman, the conversation pretty much flows. It flows like water from a faucet, because she already knows what she wants from you. So there's not really any hangups.
He got a point. I mean, Tanisha, hold on, got somebody on Instagram.
Because older women provide a lead, they provide a path for the problem. Like an older woman path has been beaten, like my man said, she already got what she wants. You know what I'm saying? So a younger guy, he getting knowledge and he's just fulfilling wishes at this point. You know what I'm saying? She giving him game, he's learning from her, he's learning what she likes, learning the woman. When you're dealing with an older woman, you're really learning what a female is about, depending on how young you are. It's all about learning the knowledge when you're dealing with somebody older. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be learning from that. It depends on what you take. But dealing with an older woman, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn that.
You definitely going to learn.
What did he say?
He said, go ahead.
No. Mirza basically said the same thing. It's a connection and a communication thing. It's like it's not always just about the age. I mean, of course, I'm at somebody my age is not going to talk to somebody that's 20, 21, 20, 25. I'm not doing that. But anybody else, like I might talk to. It might be a communication or a connection situation. It's not even about the age. But some people don't see that because the first thing they think of is like, I mean, I feel funny sometimes because I have children that are 28, 30, 24, you know what I mean? 25. My son is 25. Like I couldn't date someone that's his age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my daughter is 30. Now, if somebody was, I couldn't tell you that I wouldn't date somebody that was 30 years old.
You got good life insurance?
Each his own.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I got excellent life insurance.
I was just asking because you know them older women, they be having they good policies.
Shut your ass.
I'm saying,
I have a great policy.
Young women don't be having their stuff together like that.
You know what, Tatish, you're gonna be sugar mama status if you keep saying that to people. Don't tell nobody.
You said what?
You're gonna be sugar mama status if you keep telling people that.
Younger women think about the club. The older women think about
telling people that you got money like that. I'm just saying.
I think I'm not gonna be nobody's sugar mama now. That beer is out.
Nah. Oh man.
That conversation don't fit me right here.
Nah, that's what's up. But nah, I agree. But I don't know. We about to wrap everything up.
So next question.
Yeah, let's get 2 more questions in.
Hey, y'all supposed to be the host of the show. What's the next question?
We are the host of the show, and I think
I appreciate you.
You tried to take over, Joe.
No, I did.
Dude, I'm gonna bring you out of here. I'm gonna hit you when I get off.
I told you last night.
We gotta be.
Sorry.
Yeah. What was the question?
No, I was about to say we got to be able to bring that in so we can see the live like that. I know you have plenty of people in the questions.
Yeah. I'm working on that with the program now to see get it into the Facebook and Instagram. What was it? It was 2 more questions, right?
Yeah, you had 2 more questions.
Nah, go ahead. Who had a question?
Who is that? Somebody that just came off. Who's in the room? I can't see who that is because I'm on my phone.
Hassan.
Oh, okay.
Is there anybody in the chat that had a question? Men or women?
Angie said, 40s, you only get better. Fine wine. You better talk about it, Angie. Nobody else had a question?
Ain't really nothing to ask a guy. I'm not asking.
When do you know it's time to walk away?
That's a good question.
You already look for a guy or a female?
Both.
I feel like we all of us deep down know, and we just choose not to for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, people show signs of bullshit from the very beginning, and we tend to ignore it.
We just ignore it. We see red flags and paint them white, and that's it.
Yep.
And then when we just can't really take it no more, whatever your tolerance is, that's when you do.
Right.
I have a question though, because this is something that I just went through recently. I was talking to this honey, recently and stuff like that. She's a single mom and whatnot, and our conversation was good. Our ambiance was beautiful and all of that. We stayed on our first conversation. We was on the phone for 5.5 hours. That's how deep our conversation was. But she pretty much flipped on me the next time we had the conversation because she said that I'm almost 40 and I never really been in a serious relationship. That was one red flag. Second red flag was the fact that I don't have kids by my age. And the thing is, she pretty much had cut communication with me based on that. And for the most part, I'm still trying to process that whole thing because I didn't understand where she was coming from with it. But if somebody can help me.
She didn't want you to have kids?
Did she want you to have kids?
She said because
she didn't have kids. He's 36 years old. He doesn't have kids. She found that
So
odd.
he shouldn't?
I mean,
She found that
Oh, it
out.
sounded
sometimes that
out.
could be
And
like
also
why
the fact that I haven't really been in a really
I mean,
serious
sometimes.
relationship besides the married woman, really. You know what
did
I'm
you
saying?
tell her
Like
you
that
was
was
in a
only
I
like
married
my
mean,
relationship?
long relationship.
Did you tell her you was in a married relationship? Huh, Joe? Hold up.
Joe, is he
it froze
frozen?
now.
Joe, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yeah, what up?
All right.
Did
Did you
you
tell
tell
her
her
that
you
you
were
were
in a
in a
married
married
relationship?
relationship?
No, I didn't.
Okay. She's not married, right?
No, she's a single mom.
Oh no, man. You might have to let that one go, man.
Oh, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no simp. I'm not going to chase after something that don't want me. You know what I'm saying? That made me look whack. You know what I'm saying? So she said what she said, and I was like, all right, we good.
She's black.
It's not going to hurt.
Was she black?
Of course she was.
See, Joe, man. There you go. That's why you don't like black women, Joe.
You got to go. But sometimes that is true though. Real talk. If you don't have certain things at a certain, I'm not even gonna say a certain age, or maybe a serious relationship or some type of relationship. How do I know you know any type of base of what a relationship truly is if you've never been in one?
Got a point.
That was a good question.
I agree with you with that. I just don't agree with the fact that she thought it odd that he doesn't have kids and he's 36.
The kids was bullcrap.
That right there is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's multiple reasons why people don't have kids, or you just might not have found. You might have been like my man Joe in a situation where at least most of the situations that he's been in hasn't been a good experience.
Right.
With black women.
And he may not just be ready. Like, and I'm just because everybody else ready at 5 years old, have all these kids, don't necessarily mean I'm ready. Yeah, because people having kids young as hell. Mirza says she has kids. If she sees red flags, she don't want to bring that around her child.
That's
then
exactly
she said,
what she kept putting. Like, I wasn't even thinking about the kid. To be honest with you, it's not my kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to play Captain Kangaroo. I'm not trying to.
Hold up.
Oh my God, Joe. You be on the road, and next thing you know, you veer off, you crash.
Joe, you was on point until you said that, because
he do that all the time.
Joe, when you got somebody that has a kid, and this is what goes on for my Instagram people that listen to me on Instagram. When you have somebody that has a kid, because I have a kid, you have to accept their kid. Like, if you can't accept their kid, there is no conversation. There's nothing.
That wasn't the what
you got a lot of grown.
I was trying to say that, like, I didn't really want to have that kind of conversation at that moment, because we only been talking for 2 days. Like, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But she kept trying to throw it up in my face, and then she rubbed my nose in it, and then she tried to play like she did something noble, like she was trying to like help me out. And it was like, I don't understand what you're saying, and it's just, I feel like that, you know, like this conversation turned on his head, because you're saying that your child is important to me, and I shouldn't speak on it because I don't have any kids, and I should never say anything, which I never did. I never even started the conversation off. I was just trying to let her know, like, listen, your kid is important to you, just like my what I got going on is important to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't reduce what I have going because you a mother. That's what basically I was trying to tell her. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if we're going to have fun, we're going to have fun. But, you know, let's leave it right there for right now, because we don't even know if we like each other like that.
But you gotta understand, as me as a father with a daughter, you know what I'm saying? If when you date, they're not only dating you, they're dating your child as well, because you have to accept that person's child. So, in her defense, and I don't know her, but if she feels that you might not accept her child, then that's a big red flag for her.
She said she wasn't looking for fun, and it sounded like in the conversation you weren't either, until now you got to clean up the fact that you made that messed up ass statement. And that's what you've been doing through this whole conversation. You'll say something crazy, and then you'll try to clean it up with it being their fault. So now you're like, oh well, and let's not leave out the fact that you said I wasn't trying to play Captain Kangaroo. Like,
yeah, you can't. I hope you ain't tell that to her, because man, that is Yo, women, especially women, a single mother with a child, is no dating, just her and the child. They are one. And yeah, man, if you can't accept that, like, and you never know what I'm speaking on behalf of women. You never know what their situation is because their father, the father of that child, might not be in their life. So
Right.
for you
Which
to
was
come in and say, "Oh well, I'm not dealing with this. I'm here to date you." Regardless if you got a child, forget them. I'm here to date you, and we're gonna have fun. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work.
At all. It just seemed like you just real talk. They got a lot of growing to do.
A lot.
Not to be, you know, I don't know you or nothing like that, but just to
right.
plant a seed. It ain't a me thing. It's I need to, you know, kind of work on myself too as well.
Yeah, you can also tell a carpenter to build something, but if they don't have a blueprint, that's what I'm saying. Everybody always can say, you know, what somebody has to do, but problem is, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So you know, they don't
not
kids don't come with a package. They don't come with instructions or any of that. You just gotta learn and wing it on the fly.
Right.
So I think that most things in your life, it's basically like that. Like there's no instructions to any of it, right? So because I was abused as a child, does that mean that I grow up to become abusive too? Some people do. But I know that but you choose your own path as an adult. You choose to whether you want to be happy or still carry that bag and still want to be like, woe is me. Right? You choose that.
Let me address Persia real quick because she's saying a lot of stuff that makes sense. But you know, like I learned as I went along and stuff like that. Like I learned from my brother, I learned from my you know, the older people in my neighborhood, I learned from my family members. Like I watched a lot, like relationships. I was raised like just like I said, my dad was in my life, you know, from the time that I was like 8 years old to when he died and when I was 28. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like I got most of my lessons from my grandmother. So what happened was the change that happened with me, you know, was a result of me being in that situation with the married woman and then going to college. You know what I'm saying? Where I really learned a lot about women. You know what I'm saying? And that's
so your mom wasn't in your life?
No, she wasn't.
My dad wasn't in my life.
And then you didn't have a black mom in your life.
I did.
He had his grandmother.
He had his grandmother.
Yeah. But my grandmother she's very old fashioned and medieval in the way that she thinks. You know, she looks at men as men supposed to provide and respect women no matter what they are, no matter what they do or what they say.
So what do you think about your grandmother?
I took those lessons in my life, and for the most part, I got used and abused, so to speak.
But who did you get used and abused by?
But because I felt like women could do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Until I went to college and I realized, yo, these bitches ain't shit. Like that's when I went to Norfolk State, that's when I realized that.
But you can't categorize every woman as the same though.
I went to an HBCU. More 90% of the student body is female at Norfolk State. So yeah, if you think I'm making a general statement, I am.
I gotta disagree with you. I say I gotta disagree with you.
Mirza said you learned from one woman, and from that her morals was shit.
Yeah, that woman.
Speaking about the married woman, what females are you focusing on?
Whatever comes my way, pretty much. I don't go.
That's the problem.
Yo, you gotta.
Whatever come your way.
Yo,
do you have a standard?
Yeah, of course I have standards, but I don't be out there looking. You know
what's your standards?
You really want to put that out like that? But
I mean, it's an open conversation. What's your standards? Because you feel the way you feel for a certain reason. I think the married woman really did it for you, but I mean that was a red flag for you because she was married. So think about it. If she's cheating on you with her husband, She'll cheat on you without her husband.
Of course, it happened. I lost my Army career over that.
Oh God, here we go.
But okay, did you know she was married from the jump?
I did know, but the thing is, it was one of those things where, you know, you play with fire until you get burned. You drive fast until you get into an accident. You know.
So let me ask you, Joe. I keep hearing you say that, right? I keep hearing.
Yeah,
you say
it was
that.
exciting.
So where was you going when you was cheating?
Yeah,
you was going to her house.
How did you lose your military career? How did you lose your military career behind that?
How was you hurt when you already knew?
I just like I said, I didn't have a girl. She was my I know it sounds weird by me saying that, but she was my first girl. I never had a girlfriend before that, so I didn't really have standards at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she came along at a time where I just had left New Jersey and I moved to LA, so I was suffering from what I like to call the new city thirst. Like, I pretty much gravitated to any woman that came my way. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on. So when you was cheating with this woman, right? I gotta ask this. Were you at this woman's house?
I was at her house. I was in the backseat of her Jeep, like LL Cool J.
You was a disrespectful nigga. Hold on. So
yeah, but you was the one hurt.
I was 25.
But you was the one hurt.
You keep using that as an excuse.
That's why I keep asking.
You know better.
Get hurt. Like, he shouldn't. You even have a reason to get hurt.
I was 25 years old. I didn't know better. Like, for real. Like, you think I'm joking, but I'm being serious. Like, I did not know better because it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so in your mind, everything was okay, basically. And then when you got hurt, it messed you up because you thought that was how it was supposed to be.
Exactly.
All right. So let me ask you this. Let me cut in because I know you got a few more minutes left.
All right.
Now at the age that you're at right now, right? You get married. If somebody was fucking your wife, right? How would you feel?
I would never get married based on that, because I know my karma is coming. The universal God has already deemed that I should be punished for that. And
so because of that, you would never get married. That's what you're saying.
That's what I just said. I would never get married. And I already accepted that as my destiny. I already accepted it.
Mercer said you attract what you manifest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're fine.
And Angie is definitely right. So then you don't truly know at this point what you want.
I'm just honestly, to be honest with you, it's like I said, it's a spontaneous thing to me. I don't even really care about the relationship as long as I can have a little bit of fun. You know, spread some peanut butter and jelly over a brother. I don't care.
You out to play, and that's that.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just completely out here to play.
Something like that.
So when is playing? I'm gonna wrap it up with this. So when is for men? Because women know. But when is for you? I know I could speak for me and a few other men. I can't speak for all men. When is enough gonna be enough, man? When is it gonna be a time where you be like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of running. I'm tired of playing.
To be honest with you, I don't even know.
You need, like Angie said, you can't get involved with any woman that wants marriage or a relationship, or you just be wasting her time.
Yeah.
You need to put that out there. You need to put that disclaimer. Ooh, that ringing. You need to put that disclaimer out in the beginning that you don't want anything more than just
a fun time.
Right.
You'll come grab her.
Dang. Well, I ain't really got too much. I was going to end it on a positive note, but damn, Joe.
Not great. You know?
It can still be positive, Blue. Joe's Joe.
Contrary to popular belief, like, this is a breakthrough for me. I have to talk about this. Right. So yeah, you are doing God's work, my brother.
Feel like Dr. Phil up here. Damn.
He's a real doctor.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe got me over here thinking like, damn, I'm deep in thought. Like, how can I help this brother?
Hey, you know what?
Blue, you know that's who you was hearing in the background, right?
What, Joe?
That's the Joe.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey Joe, man, I can say as I appreciate everybody that tuned in, everybody that tuned in on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Instagram. We thank y'all, like, and I think
Definitely.
the show was actually dope. We actually were able to help. I hope we were able to help you out, Joe. You know, and giving you some insight that all women aren't bad, all black women especially aren't bad. And I mean, was there anything else you all want to end off with?
No, I just want to say I appreciate, just as you, I appreciate everybody that tuned in, and make sure, you guys share when you get the YouTube link and all that. Just share, because every week there's a different topic. It's very interesting every week. I don't think in the 6 weeks that I've had a bad week yet, except for when I was sick last week, but we still pulled through it. And I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate your input and the insight. I appreciate everyone.
Let me ask you one more question, Dennis. Oh, I can ask you.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Last question.
I'm gonna end it on this question. The people. Do you believe? Okay, say a woman has been raped, right? And now she has a general distrust of all men. Should she be ashamed of feeling the way that she does about men because of the trauma that she experienced?
No.
I think it's two totally different things.
Trauma is trauma. You can't play the semantic game with trauma.
So
why would you say that she feel ashamed?
Yeah, your trauma comes from the married relationship. Is that what we're talking about?
No, I said that.
Oh no, he's talking about
my experiences with women. This is what harkens think the way that I think about women, and I'm correlating that with the woman being raped, because it's still traumatizing when you go through these situations, and it changes you innately, it changes your values, and it changes your outlook on life. The same way a woman or a girl who's been molested or raped has their innocence stolen, so everything to them is not Starburst candies and Skittles. Everything kind of like, I got to guard about everything. I got to guard myself.
Can I ask you a question? How could you speak for somebody, for a woman, if this is you're not a woman and this hasn't happened to you? Because everybody deals with trauma in different ways.
She got a point.
She wasn't, and the thing about it, we've been talking about relationships with people that you're actually with. That person is not with the person that raped them.
Right, but I know women who have been molested and they hate men.
Let's just put that out there, because when you start talking about that, I become sensitive with that situation, because I've been raped, right? And I've been raped. No, don't be sorry, because I like, at the end of the day, I've been through. I've had my fill of of feeling sorry and all of that. I've been through those stages. You understand what I'm saying? But if you keep carrying those bags, you'll never be able to heal. You'll never be able to heal from that. I'm not a victim. I'm actually a survivor. So you can't, when you start talking about stuff to somebody, you don't even know who you're speaking to in the room. I know exactly what I dealt with, and I know how I handled it, right? I know that inside I deal with my damage or whatever the case may be, but on the surface, you could never tell that. And when I deal with people accordingly. I can't say that I've always been like that. I've not always been like that. But being able to speak about it and being able to out and talk about it has been therapeutic for me. It hasn't always been like that either. So, and I don't hate men. Right? People, like I said, people deal with their trauma in different ways. I know women that when I was going to therapy that became gay. I know women that don't want to be touched by anybody. I know my whole thing could go full circle, because my protector didn't protect me from that person. So I can hate everybody, but I chose not to.
Right.
I chose, here it is later on in life. Yeah, here it is. I'm 47 years old, still afraid of the dark, but I still look for love. I still embrace people that love on me, and I damn sure don't hate no man, and I don't want no woman.
And look, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but everything still boils back to what he said in the beginning. You go through you go through what you allow, you get what you allow. If you notice that about a person and you're not willing to accept that she may have this fear about men or anything, you just shouldn't be with her, or you shouldn't be with that person, because you're not a person that is willing to accept that or deal with that. You leave that to somebody else that is trying to save somebody or something, you know.
You try to compare the two traumas, and if you want to do that, if you want to speak of it like that, the only way that they match is when you say whatever you're dealing with, just like she just said in the comments, you got to learn to let it go, and you'll never be able to heal if you don't let it go.
Yeah,
you'll never be able to heal.
That's when the right woman will have to come in. You know what I'm saying? Because
you gotta heal yourself.
Yeah,
Joe.
you have to
heal yourself.
Before that, Joe, you gotta really heal yourself, man.
You gotta heal yourself.
You gotta get past
I can't wait for a man to do that for me. I need to do that for myself. And you need to be able to do that to yourself. The new woman should never have to come into some old mess. You need to clean that up.
Got it.
Dang.
All right. I'm out, yo.
What an end on that note. Damn. Tatanisha, you know,
she just laid down the law on me, yo.
Nah, but it's the truth, man. You really gotta and this whole topic of this conversation, and especially what we've just been talking about, you gotta heal yourself before you could. Nobody else can't heal you. You gotta heal yourself before you can truly move on. So, yeah, man. Yo, Joe, I wish you the best, man. Thank you for tuning in. Please come again. And yeah, I Rob Reese. Am I saying? I'm gonna just say Rob.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it right.
Yeah,
I got it right, Rob Reese. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you, Tatanisha. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's do this again. You all have a wonderful night, and yeah, talk to y'all soon.
All right, Tatanisha.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you at the
I see you at work, Joe.
All right, Joe. Good night.
All right.